welcome to this short flow today where we'll ground and reconnect with our body and our breath. So you can start in a nice seated position, cross-legged, and just close your eyes down as we arrive on the mat. Taking 3 long, deep breaths in through the nose and releasing out through the mouth. Inhale and release. Last time, inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Gently fluttering the eyes open. And make your way to a tabletop position with your shoulders over your wrists, hips above the knees. And just gently bring attention to your core. So tucking those front ribs in, giving a nice tuck of the tailbone, pressing through each finger pad. And just notice as you press through the hands, the shoulder blades gently move away from one another. And then on an inhale, reach the chest forward, the tailbone points toward the sky as you look up for cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, press away with the shoulder blades for cat. Tucking the tailbone, head gently drops. Inhale, back to cow, looking up. Exhale, round through the spine, cat. Inhale, reaching up towards the sky, chest and heart shines forward. And then back to a neutral spine. Now bringing attention to your core once again, reach the right leg long out behind you and notice if the right hip went up. And just gently guide it back in line with your left hip. Again, engaging that low belly. And then reach the left arm forward, keeping your core neutral so that nothing has moved here. And then on an exhale, round through the spine, left elbow taps right knee, crunching it all in. And then reach it out behind you. We'll do that 3 times. So exhale, round and tap. Inhale, extend. Round and tap. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap. Last time, extend it all out. And then round it in. Extend it out, and then you can place the left hand and the right knee back on the mat and take any sort of movement between the sides, maybe rocking the hips side to side. We're coming forward and back on the wrists. And then re-engaging the core. The front rib cage is like zipping up like a zipper. And then the right hand can go out in front of you, left leg back. And then notice the tendency, maybe your low back rounds. And just once again, tuck that tailbone, keeping a long spine. Gaze is right above the fingers. And then exhale, round the spine, right elbow taps left knee. Extend it out long. And then round and crunch. 3 more times. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend and round. Last time, extend. Back in a neutral tabletop. You can tuck your toes under and then slowly lift the hips back and up for a downward facing dog. So keeping the knees gently bent if that feels comfortable. Pedaling out through one knee and then the other. And then just look forward and notice if all of your weight is going towards your wrists and the base of your palm. And just gently spread that out, pressing through each finger, allowing the weight to settle, maybe back towards your heels. The elbow creases are shining forward as you engage that shoulder muscle. And then we'll come high onto the tippy toes and slowly walk our way to the top of the mat. Knees can stay bent as you grab opposite elbows and sway left and right for ragdoll pose. Maybe you nod the head yes, nod it no, just releasing the neck here. And then on an inhale, we'll come up to a halfway lift. So lifting up halfway, the hands can come to the shins, the thighs, or the floor in front of you, keeping a long spine, hugging the belly in. And then exhale, folding back down. Now bringing the toes together with a little bit of space between the heels. Press down through each toe and through the heels to engage the backs of the legs as you rise up, reaching the arms overhead, upward salute. And then hands come through heart center for Anjali Mudra. And the eyes can come down as the arms release by the sides for Tadasana. Now finding your way to the top of the mat, we'll take our way through one traditional sun salutation. So inhale, reaching the arms overhead, look up. Exhale, hands come through heart center as we dive all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, once again, long spine. Exhale, plant the palms and step the feet back to a high plank. So we're one flat board across, keeping the shoulders above the wrists. The heels are energetically pressing backwards as you engage your quad muscles, the glutes, and you press firmly through the palms. One more inhale here. And on an exhale, you can drop your knees down, maintaining that long spine as you slowly lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, bring the hands back as alongside your rib cage, squeeze the elbows together, lift the chest up for a low cobra, squeezing the glutes, really pressing the mat away from you as you lift up. Exhale, lower it down, tuck the toes, make your way back through a plank, and then lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Release the breath. Make any movement you need. And then you can set the knees down. Bring the knees as wide as your mat, and then bring the big toes together to touch as you sink the hips back for a child's pose. Resting the forehead on the mat, reaching the arms forward, and reconnecting to your breath. Then you can walk the hands back in, bring the knees together, and then we'll come up high onto the knees as we practice one last heart opener, which is camel pose. So making sure, once again, that we're engaging our low belly. Notice that we have a nice natural low curve in our spine. We want to keep that natural curvature. And then tuck the toes under. And like your hands are sliding into your back pockets, we'll keep the hands on the low back, maybe on the glutes. Squeeze those elbows together, keeping that low back flat. Engage the belly. And then you can just begin to tilt your neck up to look up. Engage the core And then slowly begin to tip back, keeping the engagement in the glutes. Maybe you reach one arm back for the heel, maybe the other. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you look up and back, shining the heart forward. And then to come out, engage your glutes, engage your core, and slowly rise back up, sitting back onto the heels. Maybe you take child's pose. Maybe you take a cross-legged seat. And we'll just once again reconnect back to the center. Reach the arms up overhead. And then the right arm will go out behind you. Left arm will come to your right knee as you twist and look back to the right. Inhale, back through center, reach the arms overhead, and then twist over to your left. Right hand comes to left knee. Left hand can plant behind you. And then reach back up overhead. One last inhale. Exhale, hands come through heart center. We'll bow the chin to the chest. And together we'll close our practice. Namaste.